We got some more updates on the Jimmy Butler situation, and I don't know about you guys, but to me it seems like this might be the end of the road for Tom Thibodeau. Alright, to start off, we already know that the Wolves owner and Tom Thibodeau haven't been seeing eye to eye, with reports coming out right before Butler requested for a trade, saying that the owner of the Wolves didn't like the culture that Tibbs was building in Minnesota. So the ice between the two of them was already pretty thin to start. And then when Jimmy Butler requested a trade out of Minnesota, I'm sure a few cracks appeared in that very thin ice. And now I think the ice is about to completely break. Anyways, the first update that we got on the situation came out very early yesterday morning, saying that Tom Thibodeau would rather leave the organization completely rather than trade away Jimmy Butler, which was followed up a few hours later by a report from Adrian Wojnarowski saying this: rival executives lobbying calls to Minnesota's front office on possibility of trading for Jimmy Butler are getting inquiries shut down. Minnesota is telling teams that Butler's an elite player and that the franchise intends to keep him. Turns out though that the only guy rejecting trade offers was Tom Thibodeau, which of course he was. The man is still trying to recreate the 2010-2011 Bulls. He's not about to trade away the main piece of that process. So he was saying no, but when the owner of the Wolves, Glenn Taylor, found out that Tom Thibodeau was rejecting trade offers for Jimmy Butler, he came out and overruled that, as Adrian Wojnarowski also tweeted out this: as Minnesota's front office tells inquiring rivals that the team has no plans to trade Butler, owner Glenn Taylor had a different message at the NBA's Board of Governors meeting. Butler is available and that owners and GMs should contact Taylor himself if necessary. I mean, there's no way that Tom Thibodeau keeps his job after this, right? Owner just said, forget what the front office is saying. If you want to trade for Jimmy Butler, here's my number, call me directly, we can get something done. And in my opinion, this is the owner just doing what he feels is best for his team, since the problem with Thibodeau is he isn't thinking long term what's best for the team. All he seems to think about is how he can get back to his glory days of coaching the Bulls. And it seems like he's willing to do whatever it takes, even if it means jeopardizing the future of the team by refusing to trade away Butler, even though he clearly told you that he wants out. Like, could you imagine Tibbs not trading Butler and then Butler leaving during free agency for nothing? That means that they would have given up Levine, Markkanen, and Dunn to make the playoffs one or two times. But that's not it. We also got some more reports coming out yesterday as well. This one saying that Karl Anthony Towns told the Wolves that he cannot coexist with Jimmy Butler on the team, which you have to think might have some truth to it, since there has to be some reason that Karl Anthony Towns hasn't agreed to sign a max contract extension with the Wolves yet, right? There has to be something or someone holding Cat back from agreeing to a long-term future with the Minnesota Timberwolves. And this harkens back to the brother of Andrew Wiggins when he tweeted out hallelujah after Butler announced that he wanted out. And then on top of that, the anonymous GM saying that Butler only brings problems with him due to his inflated ego. Look, if any of this is true, then Towns might not want to be around Jimmy Butler long term and won't sign an extension until Butler is gone. And who knows, if Butler had signed the contract extension that he turned down this summer, it might have been Cat who was demanding a trade instead of Jimmy Butler at this moment. So while it's not confirmed, it's also not very hard to believe that this could be true. And if you don't believe it now, then how about after you hear this, as we also got one more report out yesterday, and this one coming from a source close to Jimmy Butler, who said that Jimmy Butler thinks this about Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins: you can't run down a dynasty like Golden State when two of these so-called dogs in the pack are in fact kittens. Look, and now that we know all of this, my only question is, why on earth is Tom Thibodeau trying to keep this dysfunctional team together, and how far would he go in order to keep Butler happy if he doesn't get traded? If the problem is that Butler doesn't like Towns and Wiggins and Towns and Wiggins don't like Butler, would Tibbs trade those guys away in order to keep Jimmy Butler happy? I don't want to believe that he would be that crazy or obsessed with Jimmy Butler in order to do that, but then again, this is the guy that is trying to rebuild the team that he coached nearly 10 years ago. So Kyrie Irving did an interview yesterday, and during this interview, he hyped up the Celtics to no return. See, a lot of people are already excited to see how great the Boston Celtics are about to be this upcoming season. Of course, based on how great they were this last season, despite all of the complications and setbacks that they faced. And now, like I said, Kyrie Irving just added even more fuel to that hype train, and he started off by saying that the pickup scrimmage games that the Celtics have been running during practices are next level, and that we won't and can't believe how good they actually are. Our pickup games are next level. I mean next level. You can't believe what we're doing out there. We can't wait to get started. And then he went on to talk about his team's chance against the Golden State Warriors. And he said that in a 7-game series, it wouldn't be easy, but he knows what it takes to beat the Warriors, and he knows that the Celtics have what it takes to beat the Warriors, so they will beat the Warriors. Can we beat Golden State in a 7-game series? Yes, because of who we have and what we're establishing here. Not just for this season, but hopefully for the next few years, something that's pretty special. There's one factor that they're aware of, and I'm aware of, and that's that I've seen them up close. I have played against them so many times. We've gotten a 7-game series, so I know what it takes. Now, how do I communicate to our guys that this is a top tier team and we have to grow immensely in the next 6 months to beat them consistently? Not just 1 game, not just 2, but in the 7-game series, because they're so dang great. They're a powerhouse. A lot of people feel like the Celtics last year, if they had Kyrie, could have stolen a game or 2 away from the Warriors in the finals, and I can for sure see it. So now that they're about to be healthy and the young guys are going to have more experience, I don't doubt that they will be able to put up a great fight against the Warriors and maybe even pull out the upset. Then again though, we do have to remember that the Warriors did just add DeMarcus Cousins, and if he comes back anywhere near his full ability, well, GG. I do also want to say though that it sounds like Kyrie Irving kind of just committed to staying with the Boston Celtics long term, because he said that the Celtics are trying to build something special that doesn't just last this year but for years to come. I mean, that has to mean that he's planning on staying. DeAndre Ayton versus Joel Embiid is going to be a must-watch matchup the 2 times they will face each other this regular season. And of course, Ayton has been drawing comparisons to Joel Embiid for a while now, and especially on draft night, which Embiid didn't like very much, so he decided to take a shot at Ayton as soon as he was drafted by saying that he can't be the next Joel Embiid because he doesn't play any defense. And Joel Embiid pretty much doubled down on that comment yesterday, as during an interview he said that DeAndre Ayton is about to get his butt kicked.
We got Andre Ayton.
Oh my God.
Young fella.
He's about to get his kick this year.
Yes, sir. I love it. You see why?
There we go.
Yeah, I need an Embiid jersey early. I need the jersey now.
Why do you say that? Why let the man play a game?
I love him.
Let them play 1 or 2 games before you go at him.
I kind of, I was listening. I was watching the draft, and I kind of felt disrespected. So, but he was comparing, and I can't see the comparison because of the potential. He's gonna be good. But like when you talk about like it looks like Joel Embiid, I play on both sides of the court. I think I'm a good offensive player and good defensive player, and I do it on both ends of the floor. I watch him play, and he's got a lot of work to do, but he's got a lot of potential. He's gonna be really good.
Okay, now Joel Embiid did also give him his props and say that he has potential to be a great player, especially in the offensive end, but he just doubts Ayton on defense, and that's going to be the thing that separates them the most. Since would you rather have a player who is great on the offensive end but doesn't play any defense, or a player who is great on both offense and defense? So now it's up to Ayton to prove otherwise. He's going to have to try and shut Embiid down when they go head to head, and Embiid most likely is going to get the better of Ayton since he has more experience. You know, it's probably about to be a major learning experience for DeAndre Ayton. Anyways, that does it for everything that we had to talk about today. Let me know what you guys think about all of this down in the comment section below. Can the Celtics actually beat the Warriors? How badly is DeAndre Ayton going to get schooled by Joel Embiid? And while you're at it, say RIP to the career of Tom Thibodeau. Anyways, thank you once again for watching. You guys already know that you are the real MVPs. If you want to stay up to date with everything that goes on in the NBA, be sure to not only smack the like button, but to subscribe to the channel as well with post notifications turned on. Thank you once again for watching, and until next time, I'm out of here. Peace!